with our conferences, this is now our fourth one, and has there been a common theme between the 12D conferences? And basically it has been. I didn't just randomly come up with these titles each time. The very first one was 12D closes the loop on all phases of a project. The idea being that you should be able to pass data round and round that circle from your existing data to within your surveys, concept planning, design, construction, as built back into your existing data for the future. So that was what that one was all about. The next one was taming the electronic model. What that was all about was that you need a 3D civil engineering database, or the CED, which they were calling in SCIRT. You have your data, and it has to be civil engineering data. CAD data is useless. You need to have the proper data in there that understands civil engineering to be able to go around that loop. The next one was banishing the drafting demon. I got into trouble with this one because they said I insulted all the drafts people. I didn't mean to. I just want to say you got a better job look there. It's much better being a design draftsman than a touch-up draftsman. To make this sort of work, touch-up drafting has got to disappear. If you touch that data, you have stuffed up your 3D civil electronic database. So you've got to always be coming for ways that you always generate from your database and going back to that data. And that's the integrity of that is so super important for everything in the future. So this one was really the culmination of many years of our planning and learnings and aggregating tools to be able to bring all that together. So things like the super alignment, computators, that's been about a 10-year plan for all the tools we needed, from fixed and floating to computators to all the various bits and pieces, just to be able to get to that point. So yes, there was a reason. Each of these things you've been seeing the bricks in the wall to start building up towards version 10. But version 10, that's what our aim was with all those bricks, to get them together to build version 10. So 10 is a much more powerful integrated 3D database than we've ever had before. But what we saw it was just the base for us to start now building even better versions of 12D model. So we've now got the tools in there that Al and I dreamed about 20 years ago and were planning for to be able to start doing some real work. So the things like Harm was showing you with his 12D social networking, all the sorts of things, all the tools you've already got in 10 to be able to do that. So what we see, this is not the end of the journey, but 12D model 10 is just the beginning of our journey. This is where we're starting our point. We've now got some of the things that Al and I dreamed about 20 years ago. So we have to begin and build for the future. That's the reason why we're not going anywhere, because we've only got to start what we've looked at 20 years ago. A lot of our plans have come to fruition. And it's been having everybody here and giving us your support over those 20 years that's allowed us to achieve it. So thank you all, everyone, for supporting us to date, but you're going to see great things from us in the future, because we never dreamt that we'd have a conference of 450 odd people here sitting here in Brisbane watching what we're doing for version 10. So that's from us, is our journey, where we're going for the future. We're just beginning. The fantastic things are starting to happen with 12D model. Now I'd like to round up the conference so those can get to their aeroplanes. The thanks to the people out the front desk and who've been working hard and got everything together at the start of the conference. Lisa, Debbie, Lauren, Dale, Therese, Anne, Carolyn, Kobe and Bree, who've had to go back to Sydney. All the 12D staff and distributors, the presenters. It takes a lot of time to put this together. We made a very heavy schedule for you because we want to go through so many things in version 10. So they had a lot of material to get together. Blake for making most of these presentations run so smoothly, because there's a lot of horrors with AVIs and all that sort of stuff which we have no control over. Our sponsors, Browns and Kennedys. Brian Schull for taking the slow route from America to Australia rather than the 2-hour trip. And the Brisbane Convention Conference Centre for, again, this has only been open for about 3 or 4 months, so we weren't quite certain how it was all going to work out, but luckily they brought it all together. So we're very, very grateful for them for this facility. And of course all the delegates. If you weren't here, basically we couldn't hold our conference, so we can actually present you with the things. So thanks to everybody for all the work to bring it together and for attending. So we look forward to be able to see you at the next conference in probably about another 2 years' time. So thank you very much for attending.
Yep, thank you very much.